everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Special Needs on the Table, with your host, Alyssa Apostolopolous.
And me, Yomi, Karade. Today we have a wonderful guest on the show. Her name is Gina Maffetone. She's owner of Embracing Fitness, and she has inspired so many people to live their best lives. And here she is. Hello, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Can you start by telling us about yourself and some of your certifications?
I can do that. I am a fitness trainer. I don't really like that term, but certified personal trainer. And I started out as the group instructor and then worked my way into doing more personalized work. And then I kind of traveled into the corrective exercise field. So I got this corrective exercise specialist term under my name. And so those things, really corrective exercise, personal training, and lots of other little things in between.
Excellent. So I know that you opened Embracing Fitness in 2009. Why did you choose the name? And why did you choose fitness and wellness as your career path?
Well, kind of went that way. I was a dancer. I studied dance all through school, and then I continue with dance, and then I only can go so far with that unless you're willing to make lots of sacrifices. So fitness kind of found me, and I started doing some classes, group classes while I was in school and working. And after I had my family, Mike started having children and went back to school and went into personal training. I really need to be more one-on-one. I'm a one-on-one kind of person. While I love the big groups and all that energy, I really do find joy in one-on-one work and being able to get intimate with people and on a different level. So it kind of just, my life just kind of rolled along that way. I found myself being pulled into the health and fitness industry more and more, especially as my mom got sick. The diabetes just took her over her body, and that really pushed me into a whole other holistic end of fitness. And so kind of all brought that together. And every day I find more and more reason to just get out there and help people be mindful and how to use their body and how to keep themselves out of pain and positive and optimistic about their health and being their own health advocate. And you did ask me other question about embracing fitness. So I did some kind of little test with my clients, and I asked everyone to submit a name that they thought would work. And none of them really stuck for me, but embracing fitness to me means we all have to be active, and you have to have not optimistic, that's not the right word. It's really a balance in your indulgences, and you have to realize this is what I have to do to be well. This is what I have to do to feel well. And you have to embrace these things. And this has to become a lifestyle for me. And once you can embrace that, first realize it, this is what I need, and then embrace it, then that's the big portion. Once you can embrace it and just go with it, learn what you have to, find what you like, find what works, find the right people to help you get what you need. But you have to embrace fitness in order to make it work for you.
Sounds like a perfect spot for you. You really are passionate about it.
Yeah.
So we know that you have a client who is 86 and is also blind. Can you tell us about some of the adaptations that you make to help make sure that fitness is accessible?
Sure. Evelyn, don't quote me on her age, but she's up there in the 80s. And I was able to watch her illness, her vision decline over the years, and watch her adapt to her illness. And it's been a real learning lesson from, I learned so much from, I learned a lot from all my clients, but she in particular, that was always one of my fears, is losing my vision, because I don't have good vision. And watching her wants to come here. She trains with her girlfriend, and they are both in their 80s, and she can't drive. So her friend drives her, and they laugh and they make fun of each other. They're beautiful. So I'm watching her have this spirit about her. It's contagious. And so everything I know and have learned through my education, I know I learned how to make those adaptations. She can hold on here, we can do this, we can do most anything to help somebody get a safe workout. But what's really important is how we can give them the help they need in terms of safety and giving them the ability to do certain exercises. But how do you do that in a way that gives them confidence and the want to come back? You know, like what keeps them not really happy, but desiring this? Why make this an enjoyable learning experience? But how can I build their confidence with this? Not make them feel like they're, they're less than anybody else, and so that they can really succeed and gain all the wonderful things they need from this exercise routine. So it's a delicate line between giving them help, but only enough so that they can complete this exercise or this task, so that builds their confidence. But so that safe is always the main priority. And then after safety comes watching them struggle and earn all of these good things they get. They can step up on one leg. They, got to challenge their balance, and they're always talking to them about their posture and different things that help them grow from the inside and awareness. There's so much involved in for myself and trying to help them to maintain all of those things that help their core strength and their balance and their posture, and do it in a way that's gentle and yet strong. There's a way about me that I think is a little unique, and that I have this real strong part of me, yet very gentle and empathetic, and just I love working with that. And there's a word you use, special needs, and I don't know, does every special needs, so many people have special needs, right? Whether it's autism or being blind, so many people have special needs.
They do.
And so
you're right.
I think I have a heightened awareness, and it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I love the thing that you said about the adaptive, because usually when people talk about adaptations, they go straight to the equipment, and you're not talking about the equipment, you're talking about the person. And that just changes everything from the way that you look at fitness. So just looking at that, I got Kofi joining in, because you know how Kofi loves, he loves you. So he's part of this as well.
Hi, Kofi.
So because you're into like the person, what has that client taught you? What has Evelyn taught you?
I think the main the take home from Evelyn and her friend Doris is that we're all going to be that age, and to have this optimistic, positive attitude, it's just the most beautiful, inspiring thing. That's what she's taught me, that she still has a cocktail, she still dances, and she laughs a lot, and she wants to work out. She knows how this is going to make her feel. So she follows all the things she knows are right for her. And just to have that positive, optimistic mindset is so, so inspiring. And I think that's what I've learned most, that you can still be all of these things with these handicaps, and age not can following you in your footsteps right at your heels. So she's taught me how to live your life. Just live, gotta live.
Yeah, and speaking about age, do you feel like the rate of injuries is more common in seniors or people who are older? And then how do you teach or assist them in trying to prevent having maybe disabilities even in the future?
Well, I think like what I was saying about the balance and posture and core strength. These are all integral things that we all need. And yes, if you took a 20-year-old athlete and an 80-year-old athlete, the 80-year-old is going to be more prone to injury, with no doubt. I mean, both, if they're both at the equal, if you have a fit one, if you can have a 20-year-old person who's not fit at all. And but if they're both of equal fitness, say, the 80-year-old is always going to be more vulnerable. But the only thing that they can do is, well, the things that the 20-year-old would do. And that would be to, continue following all the guidelines of how to stay well. And the American College of Sports Medicine, it's 2 days of strength training, all your muscle group, 5 to 6 days of cardiovascular training, flexibility, yoga, or something, some like exercise, flexibility training. Core training is huge for seniors. Core training, balance, teaching them awareness. How do I access these muscles so I can lift this? How do I access these muscles so I can help myself to hear, and have a plan in place when you're trying to do something different. If I'm going to go here and I'm not used to those stairs, or have a plan. I have people here. I have this to do. I'm going to my nephew's down south this weekend, and I have to get up these 4 stairs. How do I do that? Right? So we'll practice going up and down the step. How to use your body. Can you access your right hip? And these different cues that you give them, well, they hear me. I hear them tell me all the time, I hear your voice in my head constantly. Because the cueing.
That's great.
Draw the belly button. So it's a constant awareness that you have to help them create.
Coach them even when you're not there.
Exactly. Hopefully they're hearing me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I posted an article this morning about hydration, and I'm sure people are so sick of hearing me say it, but every time I say these cue words to people, they say, thank you so much. I forgot all about that, because we're so busy that we forget all the basics and how important hydration is for everything. So yeah, I'm annoying. I constantly say things to people because I'm always thinking them. I can't not see things. So
it's a good annoying though.
I hope so. It has good intentions, that's for sure, Yomi.
It does. No, it does, because you have this inspiring way about you, and one of the things as well is that you teach people how to live their best life, just like you do with Kofi here. And why do you think that is so important for people to live their best lives?
For the reasons, if I could tell you a quick story, this morning, I go to pick up a dress from a friend for my daughter who had it mended, and I knew I was in for a conversation. I really didn't have time, so I go to pick up the dress, and she starts telling me about her husband's not well, and I listened to the whole thing and go inside. We're not even inside yet. We finally get inside, get the dress, and there's the husband, Bob, and he starts talking about his illness, and he says to me, I never thought at this age I'd have to live like this. And I said, oh, I could write about this for hours, because it's so important to work for your life when you're 20, all your life, throughout your life, versus when you're sick and when you're older. And we want to avoid suffering. And I watched my mother suffer for lots of years, and I don't want to see anybody have to do that. It tears at my soul and my spirit. And so it's so important to live your best life while you're as healthy as you can be, and be as healthy as you can, so you can have the best quality of life, right? Why live if you have to live compromised? I mean, we're all compromised to some degree, but you want to live your best life as long as you can, the best quality of life as long as you live.
That preventative is so important.
I'm sorry.
The preventative care, to be able to be ahead of the curve, to make sure that you're doing the right things ahead of time, is so important. And
so important.
There are some practices that you shared with us that you would recommend to people each day to be staying positive and to stay well. Can you share that with us on the podcast?
I believe being positive comes from a special place. I mean, I don't really can't define the special place. I call it peace and joy in my heart. And everybody's, I believe, comes from a different place. I can't give it to somebody. I wish I could teach people how to have joy and peace in their heart. I just can't. What I try to do each day is, and it comes easier for me for some reason than a lot of people that I work with, is every day is a new day. There's a lens that I put my contact lenses in every morning. And so everybody could put their lenses in the morning, and this is an optimistic day. I'm going to be optimistic and always look for the good things or things that teach me. You know, we all have a role in life. What is your role? Define your role. What do you want today? What are you looking for? Helping people is so important. Looking to help people every day, be kind to people. What you get back from giving is, you can't buy those things. They build on your character. They build on your self-esteem and your confidence. And it's a little each day, a little each month, a little each year, you grow on yourself. And the more you like yourself and what you're doing, I believe that brings you more joy in your heart. So each day, be positive, spend some time breathing and being with yourself. You got to like yourself, so spend some time with yourself. If you have a hard time with depression and anxiety, you have to find people to help you. You got to get the help you need. And it could be a friend sometimes that could lead you to the next thing. Just don't stop. Just keep going, finding little steps that take you where you need to go next.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Especially for your mind and body, that's good. So let's look at diet and how important is diet in a healthy lifestyle, and what does it mean to eat free?
Eat free is, it's not really anything that I consider holistic. When we were talking about eat free, I'm doing a workshop on that, and free means free of gluten. And for some people it's fat free. And for some people it's this free. Everybody's got these different diets. And I don't really think that you need to be free of certain things. And so when we're talking about eating free, I meant to talk to you about that one. That's a very specific thing. It doesn't really cater to the masses. It could, but I don't think that it really fits in line with what we're trying to talk about today. I could make it, but it would take me a lot of time. So eating free, the workshop that I'm doing is just that mindset, is that it doesn't need to be fat free. It doesn't need to be gluten free. It's a matter of moderation and keeping things in moderation, because eating, like to your question, how important is the diet? It's extremely important. I'm not a person to say never, so eat pizza. Oh, I don't eat pizza. Well, why not? You can eat pizza. You can eat these things unless you're allergic or have sensitivities, because that could go into the whole inflammation thing, of course. But you want to feel good about what you put in your body. I follow this man, Paul Chek. I don't know if you're familiar. He has the Chek Institute in California. And I followed him for years. He's my guru. And he's an amazing man. But he talks about when you put things in your body and you assess how do you feel after you eat them. Very important. Okay, 1 time, 2 times, okay, 3rd time, you're still eating yogurt and you're having like a gurgling. Why are you still eating it? Your body talks to you always. And you got to be a keen listener. And some people have that better awareness than others. So diet is extremely important because we want to feel good. And you're always asking yourself, how do I feel after I put this in the body? Of course, we have social life, and we want to do certain things that we consider relaxing and indulging, and we can make that all happen. We got to bargain with ourselves. So I think eating is extremely important. I'm sorry. What did you
Everything in moderation.
I think that's the best motto.
Yeah, absolutely. And you definitely are wonderful at sharing your wisdom. And we know that you're writing a book right now. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, this is really exciting for me. And I always said, when my life slows down a bit, I'm going to really get into it. But I don't think life really slows down for me and people like me, because you're always involved in something, and that's how I like my life. But I did make a point to get away for a couple days, and I actually have it all set. And the book is called, the title was really important to me because that's what came first. And it's called Clouded by the Nonsense. And it fascinates me how so many people are clouded by now. They cloud themselves with nonsense. And nonsense is things that, in my opinion, are not really important. And your health, your relationships, these are really important things in my life. And they require optimism, strength, courage, lots of things. So the book, I was an advertising major in school for a very brief period. But who's your audience was my goal. Who is my audience? And I wanted to captivate people, make them laugh, make them cry, and tell these stories, because these stories I'm surrounded by every day are just fascinating. They're inspiring, they're sad, they're beautiful, and they're learning opportunities for us all. So I want to tell some of these stories. I picked 12 to 15 of my clients over the years, and I tell little pieces of their life. And then after they all have their own chapters. And then at the end of this book, I hope that I can somehow convey to them and the reader that while they say to me how much I've always done for them, oh, you've done, thank you. They've done so much for me, and they've taught me so much. And I've learned from them and continue to learn from them every day, just by them giving me the opportunity to get so close to them and share with me on such an intimate level. So the book will be funny and happy and relatable, a little, I don't know, what do you call that when you're telling tales or telling like, I always consider it like a fiction book. It tells you like a lot of like juicy stuff. It won't be juicy, but maybe touch on that in that it's a little private. And hopefully I could do that in a very sophisticated manner, and then tie that all together. And it makes for a really fun, informative read.
You'll definitely
I will. Thank you.
Beautiful. I'd like 3 copies, please.
That is my next goal for sure.
So
all together.
I can't wait. We're looking forward to it. So what other goals you got for
Yomi,
your future?
I want you to know you have a little chapter in there too, girlfriend.
I do.
I'm definitely going to read that one.
Woo,
no, I can't wait. Can't wait to read all of it.
We have to talk.
We'll talk first.
Yeah. So what other goals you got for the future?
Well, with COVID, I don't even like that word. I'm so tired of saying it, but it has stopped the corporate talks and workshops that I used to do. And I used to do a lot of workshops here. I'm just starting to get back. I really love talking like this in groups and questions and getting to feel each other on a more personal level so people can feel comfortable talking and expressing themselves and asking questions that might be taboo or just feel awkward asking. So I really like big, large groups and talking, and I want to get back into that. And I also want to change some of the layout here at the studio. And these are surprise. These are just a little personal things that I don't want to share yet, but I have some things for the near future with my business that I want to change the structure of it a little bit. Because I do like one-on-one. I love groups. I love what I've created. I love being able to do all these different parts of fitness. And I'm just excited to keep learning. I want to go into some manual manipulation and therapies where I can use my hands to get into muscles and different parts of people's body to help them, relieve them of pain. And so I got to work on that. A lot of studying there too.
That's exciting. You're so busy.
I am. I have 4 children and 3 grandchildren, and so that's so important to me too. So there's a lot going on, but
you love it.
And I love this. It's great and new for me too. This is exciting. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so happy you're joining us. And we want to know too, where can we find out more information about you and Embracing Fitness?
Well, I do have a website, embracingfitness.com, and I do post on Facebook, on my Embracing Fitness site, and also on the basic LinkedIn and Instagram. My name is Gina Maffetone. And if you go onto Facebook, I do blog quarterly. I wish I could do it more. I used to do it more, and I post some videos and things like that. And I hope to start getting back into that more. The writing. I love to write and share. And I love when we could connect like that. So I hope to do more of that too, the writing and social media. I'm not a big social media person, but I know you have to be in today's society to really connect with people. So I do the best I can with that. I got to work on it. So yeah, those are the ways. Or you can always call me. I'd be happy to answer any questions or, share.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll get your
find all that information on my website.
Excellent. And we'll put all that information on this podcast, on this interview. And we just got to say thank you very much, Gina. Gina's in the house, everybody. Thank you very much for coming on here. Wonderful.
Very nice to meet you.
So good to meet you. And we're so glad you're on. And make sure to check us out both on Instagram and YouTube at Special Needs on the Table. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you. Bye, girls.
Thank you.